things are a bit different so far on this trip. We are actually sailing with the cockpit enclosure up, which means the leeward side is open, so we can access the jib sheet and jib furler. The windward side is shut, so we're basking in the warmth, which is why I've got a childish little smile on my face. We really enjoyed our time in Peterhead, but as we have said before, we start to grow roots from about 3 days onwards, which makes it pretty difficult to leave. For about 12 hours before departure, I was feeling anxious, and Asher, I think, started to feel anxious once we were out here. The only thing to do is to sever the ties from the land and point the boat where you want to go. He's coming down to check the position, making 5 or 6 knots, so it's a happy ship. Tomorrow is a funny old thing, and I think we can all agree that it never comes. So why on earth do we attach so much hope and value to it? Every tomorrow is a gift, so why not make the most of it and open it today? This is my view, exactly as I see it. This beautiful sunset. 9:20. Asher gone to bed for the first shift of 3-hour sleep before she comes up so I can go to sleep at midnight. This is 11 o'clock at night. It's not dark yet, but it is foggy. So we have switched on the radar. There's nothing on AIS, there's nothing on the radar. Plodding along at 5 knots.
Happy birthday, Mark! That's a very appropriate bag, as you can see.
Christmas bag. Look,
Yeah.
I'm very, very happy. Thank you very much. Last year was my first ever Christmas at sea, and this is my first ever birthday at sea. Well, you seem to think I have a problem, or you're making me have a problem. Thank you very much. Islaay Scottish malt ×3. Thank you very much.
You're very welcome.
And some Cadbury's.
Yeah.
This trip came around as a bit of a surprise, really. Here we are floating our way to the Faroe Islands. We were initially going to go to Shetland, and then I decided that the wind angle from the Shetland to the Faroe Islands might be a little compromised. So then we thought we'd go into Kirkjubøur in the Orkneys as a good jumping off point. And then a massive fog bank came in, so we didn't leave at all. And then a little weather window popped up that seemed to show that we'd have a nice southerly up to Fair Isle, sail past Fair Isle, and then head to the Faroe Islands. And that is exactly what we are up to right now. Nice and quiet because the crew is asleep.
The Sauron's eye never sleeps. We are having the best passage ever. The wind's in our favor. We are sailing bound for Tórshavn. The furling line was a bit tangled and Mark went out to fix it. So we had to let the jib out and he was furling it from the bow of the boat. That was a bit of a task, but we managed.
Hello.
Hello!
Well, we had a bit of a jam around the furler there, but I think it's good now.
Awesome.
Looks like a big sea when you're up there.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. Happy birthday.
Thank you very
to
much.
you.
Thank you. It's 11:45 on the 3rd of June. very light up here, somewhere between the Shetland Islands and the Faroe Islands. We've had a few lines squeaking and rattling, and I've been going around the boat with oil and polish trying to quieten things down so Airae can sleep. She's off watch at the moment. Back into the land of the giants. It was time once again to take down the Scottish flag, but we didn't replace it with the yellow Q flag because we weren't going to check in here. This was to be our anchorage for the night before we moved up to Tórshavn the next day to complete the formalities. Here we are coming into Tvøroyri on the island of Suduroy. 60 hours after leaving Peterhead, and we're back in the Faroe Islands. And I tell you what, even my memories didn't prepare me for the astonishing scale of the scenery. It's great to be back here. Preparation was good, pictures were taken to set the scene of arriving here. We turned round at the end of the fjord and the wind blew up to 30 knots, so it was all a bit hectic getting the anchor down, but we did, and here we are in the Faroe Islands once again. Cheers, Ashi.
Cheers, Mark.
Cheers. Good morning from the foredeck of Altor, anchored in Suduroy, just off Tvøroyri. The clouds are pretty low, which I always think looks fairly spectacular with the green and the grey and the different colours of all the buildings. We had quite a windy night at anchor, but we held nice and firmly here in 8 metres of water, and now we're getting the ship ready. I'm unzipping the main bag, attaching the halyard, and we are going to hightail it out of here, bound for Tórshavn, where we hope to check in with the customs.
Hey, easy tiger.
Now, I love the chance to get the main up, but sometimes I'm a little too optimistic. And soon it was back down again, and we were worshipping the master that is diesel. Having the tide underneath us made for a great cruise north, alongside some of the outlying giants.
Here we are putting the Q flag up, which means this is a clean ship, and we are requesting custom clearance to roam the Faroe Islands.
The good ship Altor had once again delivered us to our destination, and the crew looked pretty happy about that. The safe jetty inside the harbour was beckoning us, and with one call to the harbour master at Tórshavn, we had clearance to enter, so in we went. Quite close quarters in here, got this big ship here, and we've got a little mini Viking ship ahead of us. The Vikings are taking their sail down, stealthily sneaking in, ready for battle. Beautiful grass roofs. Nice to see them again. Good job, Ashi.
Thanks, nearly there.
Well, I can't see anyone here to guide us, Ashi, and let us know what we can or can't do.
I can't see anyone either. Where would you like us to go? Okay.
Spin it around, okay, Ashi?
Yeah.
Actually, you pass the gentleman the stern line. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you very much.
So here we are, tight as a duck's arse. We're in Tórshavn.
I know! Again!
Good job, Ashley. The sun has come out in Tórshavn and we are going off for a hike. As we elbowed our way through the city of Tórshavn, the familiarity felt reassuring. The laid-back drama of the place is ever present, along with a vibe of happiness that we always get from the Faroese people and their islands. Alongside our true gent of a boat neighbour, Sunny, we headed across country, bound for the cathedral at Kirkjubøur. As we climbed the hillside, the tension mounted. We had felt compelled to return to these beautiful islands, and the scenery was about to hammer home its awesome beauty once again.
We're in the Faroe Islands!
Thank you very much for joining us in the special place that is the Faroe Islands. We really hope you've enjoyed this episode of Adventure Now, and if so, please stay tuned for more. Altor out.
I would say it's a classic non-opening view.
Yeah, I think you're right, Sonny. That's a little bit of a rough landing.
Yeah, it was a very rough landing. Luckily, he kept holding on to his camera till the last moment.
Yeah, we'll have some great footage out of that.
Yeah.